You worked all day and nothing moved. Your inbox decided your priorities. 3 new docs appeared overnight, none of them final. Meetings created a fresh pile of follow-ups. Admin work looked productive, but it quietly buried the real bottlenecks. Then you catch yourself thinking, we just need to hire. That is the trap. You are busy, but the company is stuck, and it is not because you are lazy or understaffed. It is because the system is missing. Moving to slide 2. Here is the before picture. You are the human router. Every request, question, and decision pings you because there is no single place where work lives end to end. A designer asks what to do next. Sales asks if a feature is real. Support asks for an exception. Everyone is reasonable, but the stream is constant and it arrives all day. So status gets pulled through DMs. Not because people love DMs, but because there is no trusted source of truth. The result is invisible work. You answer the same question in 3 different threads. 2 people start the same task because they did not know someone else already did it. A project gets restarted midstream because a requirement changed, but the change lived in a message, not in the work itself. You feel like you are managing a business, but you are really managing interrupts. Until requests stop landing on you as the default path, you will keep paying the admin tax, even on your best weeks. Moving to slide 3. The hidden admin tax is death by tiny switches. You start writing a spec. Then a Slack ping pulls you into a pricing question. Then you jump into a doc to find the latest version. Then you copy the same numbers into a tracker. Then you wait on a 2-word approval that stalls 5 hours of work. That switching is not just annoying, it destroys throughput. Every time you drop a task and later reopen it, you reload context, recheck assumptions, and reread the thread to remember what was decided. Then you rewrite the same explanation again, because the last one is buried in a channel or someone new joined the conversation. Version hunting adds another layer. When final v7 exists in 3 places, people stop trusting the system and start asking you. Small approvals become choke points because they are scattered across tools and time zones, so work queues up behind them. If your day feels full, but progress feels thin, it is usually this tax, not the effort. Moving to slide 4. Hiring fails here because you add throughput into a maze. A new person is not a relief. They are a new set of decision needs. They ask where the roadmap is, what counts as done, who approves, what to prioritize when 2 stakeholders disagree. If you do not have clear lanes, you become their escalation path. Headcount also creates handoffs. Handoffs create coordination. Coordination creates admin. So the team grows, the meeting load grows, the status pings grow, and the root cause stays untouched. You can end up with more people, more motion, and the same delivery speed. If you want hiring to work, it has to land into a system where decisions are easy to find, work is easy to pick up, and approvals are fast and explicit. Moving to slide 5. The real goal is not to do more. It is to face fewer decision points every day. You want one place for truth, where a request becomes a tracked outcome with an owner, a next step, and a visible decision history. You want faster yes or no, not more discussion. That means defining who decides what, and putting those decisions where everyone can find them without asking you. You want a predictable weekly cadence, so priorities change on schedule, not by whoever pings loudest at 2 p.m. Then you use AI for repeatables, not for strategy. Draft the update, summarize the thread, check the missing fields, create the ticket, flag blockers, and route approvals to the right person. When the system carries the load, you finally get your time back, and the work starts moving on its own. Moving to slide 6. Here is the operating rhythm that makes AI useful without turning your day into prompt chasing. Every day, you capture. You do not sort, label, or decide in the moment. Any request, idea, or loose end goes into the same place in under 30 seconds, so your brain stops acting like a background reminder app. Twice a week, you run a triage block. Pick 2 fixed windows, like Tuesday and Thursday. In that block, you process the queue with AI, convert items into clear next actions, and either schedule them, delegate them, or close them. No random midday processing. Once a week, you lock priorities. That means you choose what must ship, what can wait, and what you will not do. After that point, new requests can enter the inbox, but they do not automatically enter your week. Friday is closeout and learnings. You review what slipped, why, and what rule would prevent it next time. And you keep one shared decision log so the team stops relitigating the same calls. Your system is only as calm as your capture. Moving to slide 7. The capture rule is simple. One inbox for requests. Not 5 channels, not scattered DMs, not sticky notes. If someone asks you for something, your first move is to route it into that inbox. If it is spoken, record a voice note and drop it in. If it is email, forward it into the queue. If it is a chat message, copy it in with the link. The key behavior shift is this. Stop building an instant answering habit. When you answer on the spot, you create invisible work because you have not checked dependencies, capacity, or context. Capture first, respond after triage, unless it is truly urgent and time-bound. When you capture, tag by outcome only. For example, approve proposal, schedule kickoff, fix billing error, decide pricing. Do not tag by department, tool, or mood. Outcome tags make triage faster and make AI summaries cleaner. If you do this consistently, your inbox becomes a reliable intake valve, not a stress amplifier. Then triage becomes a repeatable workflow instead of a daily firefight. Moving to slide 8. In triage, you are not asking AI to run your business. You are using it to compress mess into decisions.
For each request, have AI summarize it in 2 sentences, then extract the single next action written as a verb. If the next action is unclear, tell AI to list the missing information as questions you can send back. Then make it propose an owner and a deadline. Not a perfect one, a plausible one. You can adjust in seconds. Finally, generate 2 or 3 reply drafts. One that accepts, one that declines or defers, and one that asks for missing info. This is how you process 10 items in the time it used to take to reread one long email thread. The work stops bouncing around because the action and the decision are explicit. Moving to slide 9. Rework is rarely caused by people being lazy. It is caused by decisions living in heads, threads, and memories. A shared decision log fixes that by making the rules visible. Start with pricing and scope rules. Write down how you price, what is included, and what triggers a change order. Then add approval thresholds. For example, discounts over a certain percent require a second approver, or any scope change over a certain number of hours needs written confirmation. Next, set client communication standards, response time targets, what counts as confirmed, and which channel is official for decisions. Then define done for each repeatable work type, like a landing page, an onboarding flow, or a monthly report. Include the checklist items that always get missed. When something unusual happens, capture it once as an exception, not as tribal knowledge. AI can help draft the rule, but you own the call. When decisions are logged, you stop paying the same tuition over and over, and meetings become dramatically easier to run. Moving to slide 10. Rebuilt meetings follow one rule. You only meet to decide. Everything else becomes pre-read. Use AI to create the agenda from the open decision items in your queue and decision log. Then send a pre-read automatically with links, context, and proposed options so nobody shows up cold. In the meeting, walk decision by decision. Confirm the choice, the owner, and the deadline. Right after, have AI turn notes into tasks instantly, with clear next actions and where they live. And remove status roundtables entirely. Status belongs in async updates that AI can summarize. When meetings stop being a place where work goes to hide, your week gets its edges back, and your client communication gets cleaner without adding more time. Moving to slide 11. Client comms get chaotic when every message is a one-off. Fix it by making your replies modular. Start with templates for the top 10 situations you answer every week. Scope question, timeline check, pricing nudge, waiting on assets, approval reminder, change request, and the polite no. Keep each template to 3 parts: acknowledgement, decision, or question. Next step with a date.
Then use AI for drafts, but only inside your brand voice rules. Give it your tone, your banned phrases, and 2 examples of your best replies. You still press send. AI just removes the blank page. Now protect the team with 1 update day per week. Clients know they will get a consolidated status, not a drip of half answers. If something is truly urgent, it becomes an escalation, and escalations go through a form. The form forces the details you always end up chasing. Impact, deadline, who approves, what changes. Finally, track promises explicitly. If you said Tuesday, it goes on a promise list with an owner. Fewer surprises, fewer apologies. Your system becomes the product. Moving to slide 12. To keep this from sliding back, run a Friday reset ritual. 30 minutes. Clean inboxes, close loops, and write the 3 next moods that matter. Review backlog items by age, not by emotion. Anything old gets a decision. Delete it, defer it with a date, or break it into a smallest next step. Post 2 metrics weekly where everyone can see them. One should be cycle time, from request to approved. The other should be rework, how often something comes back. Add 1 rule monthly, only 1, based on what tripped you up. And enforce Slack norms gently. No guilt, just redirects. If it is a decision, it goes to the right thread. If it is work, it goes to the tracker. That is how the process stays alive without becoming heavy. Moving to slide 13. After you run this for a few weeks, you notice the quiet first. Fewer pings because people know where updates live and how escalations work. Focus blocks get longer because decisions are captured and answered in batches. Approvals speed up when every request includes impact, deadline, and a single owner. Meetings drop because the weekly update replaces status theater, and the Friday reset prevents small issues from turning into agenda items. Handoffs get cleaner, the promise list makes ownership obvious, and the backlog review kills zombie tasks before they create rework. The same team ships more per week, not by working later, but by removing churn. The biggest shift is at the top. Founder time comes back, because you are no longer the human router for every message and micro-decision. The work starts to run on rails. Moving to slide 14. Here is your 7-day start. Pick 1 capture inbox for every loose request and use it all week. Schedule 2 triage blocks on your calendar and treat them like real work. Write 5 recurring decisions you keep making and turn them into rules or templates. Replace 1 meeting format with an async update. Then track admin minutes daily for 7 days. If you want more systems like this, subscribe and comment the one place your comms break down most often. Tools evolve, principles endure.